Zacheus Mwatha. My line of training is electrical and electronic engineering. I graduated from the University of Nairobi in 1994. My brother used to dismantle radios, and I used to enjoy. I would see those tiny things in the radios, and I thought this is now the real engineering. So I focused on doing something that will lead me to do electrical engineering. I joined Kenya Bureau of Standards on 18th of September 1995. Between 1995 and 2004, when now I got to the level of an assistant manager. After some years as an assistant manager, I was able to get the position of the manager. This journey has been long to this level of chief manager, and it has been quite interesting. This office, you find that it requires a lot of decision making and no back passing. You have to make a decision as the holder of the office. The Standards Development and Trade Department has divisions which deal with the development of standards. Those divisions, they are trained officers in different disciplines. Those are the people who coordinate the work of standards development through the technical committees. So by bringing team spirit, which is one of the core values of KEBS, among the managers, cascading it all the way to the officers, then you are able to coordinate the 11 divisions and be able to have them work as a team. A standard is a technical document that guides any industry on uniformity of production of goods. Without standards, there would be a lot of disorder. When you talk about the better bottom-up economic transformation, the standards are contributing a lot towards the agenda of the government of the day by making sure that we have reference documents, which are the technical standards, which are guiding in all these areas through standards. When you talk of trade, standards are enablers of trade through documents which are standards, because now they will know for us to trade with Kenya, these are the requirements. How is this standard developed? Through the technical committees. These technical committees, they fall under Standards Development and Trade Department. This department is very key in all the sectors. Talk about manufacturing, talk about services. We have divisions which now are not directly involved in standards development, but they support the work of standards development. Standards Information Center and Documentation. It has two aspects: the sale or dissemination of standards once they are developed. Then we have the documentation, where you have the printing, which supports the work of KEBS. In the development of standard, we do what we call local standards, the national standards. We do regional standards, which are continental, to facilitate the African Continental Free Trade Area. At ARSO and AFSEC, African Electrotechnical Standardization Commission, we also participate in the International Organization for Standardization level and the International Electrotechnical Commission level. Also at the other division, we do harmonization at regional and regional economic community, that is East Africa. And we also do at the ARSO, which is the African Organization for Standardization, to make sure that all the standards that we are developing or that are being developed within the community, we participate in the work. Also those being developed at the ARSO, we are participating in the work. This division also looks to ensure that there is no duplication of work. We can only do a Kenya standard if there is no similar work going on at East African community level or at ARSO, to avoid wastage of resources. At the same time, if there is work going on at ARSO, the EAC, we should not initiate a similar work under the same scope. We forward all the draft standards to the Trade Affairs Division. They will be able to extract the required information from the standard and then prepare the notification. This notification is sent to all members of the World Trade Organization, WTO, for them to comment on that standard, because it could affect trade between Kenya and those other members of the WTO. When any regulation is being developed, either in Kenya or outside, the same division receives this notification or generates the notification for the Kenyan regulations, which we also notify to the WTO members. That is the WTO national inquiry point. If you have any inquiry about any regulation that is being developed, local or external. We also receive when standards are being developed elsewhere, and those standards could affect trade with Kenya. We have the National Codex Contact Point, is a division. You find that this division now coordinates the work of Codex to make sure that when developing the Codex standards, you have the Kenyan input in those standards. Now, the other work which has taken me almost everywhere is the International Electrotechnical Commission work. When I joined Kenya Bureau of Standards and I saw the impact the electrical standards would have. At the moment, working through the International Electrotechnical Commission, we are running electrification through solar of schools in the coast region. With this project, which we are doing with the IEC, because of our proactivity in IEC work and our participation, Kenya became the first beneficiary of that fund. So these schools which are benefiting, the first phase, we are doing 5 schools. That is in Taita Taveta. We have 2 schools, 3 schools, 1 in Kilifi, and we have 2 in Kwale. That has already benefited. And the relationship with the IEC and the department gives me joy when I see the smiles on the faces of children. We are nurturing young standardizers. We sponsor the students to participate in the International Standards Olympiad. We are inculcating the culture of standardization, the children in high school. In a nutshell, in some countries, it is culture. It is ingrained. Already the populace is already very conversant with product quality. The best thing is to have standardization, quality as a culture, and as Kenya Bureau of Standards, as this department, SDT, we are doing what we can to see that we transform the mindset, especially of the young ones, towards the culture of quality. I go to church. I participate in church matters. Of course, I read anything except that which is negative. Walking is one of my hobbies. I love playing darts. My name is Zacheus Mwatha, and I am proudly KEBS.